What's up, ships? Good morning from the Fitness Dungeon. I hope you guys are finding a way to stay in shape, stay active, and stay connected to your friends and your teachers during this time. Today we're gonna go through some sprint warm-up stuff for your hip flexors and your lower body, and then we have a little bit of a slower pace, more strength-oriented workout for you today. So for any of you guys that have been through our off-season sprint warm-up, this is going to be very familiar. For the rest of you, just follow along and try and do approximately 30 to 40 feet when we do the lengths of the room. So if you can find a place where you can go across and back, just a short shuttle run is all we're looking for. And I'm going to demo in this small area right here. So the first thing we want to do is a little bit of cardio warm-up. So start with 8 shuttle runs. Every time you hit the other end, I want you to touch the ground, right? So it's a 3-point touch at the end. When you finish that, we're going to slow it down a little bit with some marching. When we march, we're going to try and raise the opposite hand and foot, and I want you to try to push up on your toes. The leg that's coming up, I want you to try to raise that toe as high as you can, right? So pull that toe and push up on the one that's on the ground, right? Next, we're going to do high knees. So we're going to, again, 30 feet across the room, just high knees. Try to get your knee as high as your hip. Your foot contact needs to be light and fast, so we're not trying to cover a lot of distance with those jumps or with those strides. We're just trying to hit the ground fast and short, right? So it should be light, fast foot contact. The next one is just an A skip. So this is a skip with that high knee, so right? Just a fast skip, working again on that fast foot contact. The next one will be toe pops. So this is a 2-footed jump that comes mostly from the ankles. Every time you hit the ground, I want you to try to pull your toes back up off the ground. Right? And you should hear that foot striking the ground every time you do it. The next one will be single leg hops. We're going to do 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and then jog the remainder of the distance. So when you do these, think about, I just want to jump with my right foot, jump with my left foot. The position that I want to be in is if I'm jumping with my left foot, I want my right knee in the air and I want my left hand in the air, right? So I'm practicing being in that good athletic sprinting position every time I do it. The next one, butt kick and reach. So this one I'm running backwards. I'm leaning forward, trying to pull my heel towards my butt and then reaching out, right? So I'm reaching out, reaching out, reaching out. Try to push off with that front leg at the same time that you're kicking back with the back leg, right? Then the remainder of the workout for this is just 2 split and rips, which a split and rip is basically just practicing your start, accelerating fast, and then letting off, right? So it's not a long sprint. When you do your start, let's say I start with my left leg forward, I'm gonna put my left arm back. Okay, so think about splaying that hand. So I want the hand nice and wide, aggressive hand posture, and I'm driving it up as far back behind me as I can. The other hand is kind of loose below me, like thumb right underneath my chin, right? When we push off, I'm gonna push off with both legs, drive that back leg forward hard, accelerate for 10 or 15 paces, and then let off. So do that split and rip 2 times, and then I want you to find about a 40-yard track. This can literally just be a straight piece of road that you live near, right? And it doesn't have to be exactly 40 yards. We just want something that takes in the 4 to 7 second range for a sprint, okay? And you want you to go hard, get up to top speed, and then let off. And after you do that, I want you to rest for 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure your heart rate comes all the way back down. When we're doing these sprints, shorter high intensity work, you have to rest. You cannot be out of breath and continue to train for maximum speed, right? So that is important. Sometimes, especially in the workouts, we can tend to get bored or start screwing around in those rest periods, but they're really important for your body. There is a non-perceptive recovery that's taking place in your muscles that has absolutely nothing to do with your respiratory rate or your heart rate, okay? And it just takes time to put those energy products back into your muscles so that you can do another high intensity sprint. That's a really important concept to understand. When we want you to go fast, we don't want you getting super tired out when you're doing that. That's not how you build maximum speed. Okay, now let's get into the sets and reps of the workout. The first one we're gonna do is called a Cossack squat. It's a side squat. If you want to use a weight on this, you can, but it's actually pretty challenging without a weight. So I want you to take a wide stance. We're gonna think about staying on your heels the whole time. You're gonna sit down onto one side until your hamstring is touching your calf on that leg. The the toes are both off the ground on both feet. And then you're gonna come back to the middle. And then on the other side, again, toes off the ground, hamstring on the calf, and then back to the middle. I want you to do 8 reps on each side for 4 sets. The next one will be a single leg squat to a box or a bench. So for this one, all you need is something to sit down on. Again, you can do these weighted if you would like to increase the challenge and the balance component. Right? So when I'm doing the single leg squat to the box, I'm starting with 1 foot up off the ground. I'm pushing that object out away from me as I sit down, touch that box, and then without using my other foot, stand back up, right? We're doing that, again, 4 sets of 8 reps. Okay, the next one, we'll do a bag. We're just gonna do kneeling to standing for a minute, all right? I want you to do 4 sets of a minute like this. So I'm gonna start off in the kneeling position. I want strong toes, right? So my feet are in place. I'm just gonna step, step, and then step, step, and then the other leg. Step, 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 step. I want you to just watch a clock and do that continuously with that weight for a minute, all right? Do that for 4 sets, a minute on, a minute off. And then the last one we're gonna do is a push-up with a side plank reach, and we're gonna do that for 4 sets of 12, all right? So I'm gonna start off by doing a side plank, reach, and then back to the push-up. And then the other side, side plank, reach, and then back to the push-up. So every time you do a push-up, I want you to count a rep, right? And that will go for a set of 12. So you'll get 6 on the right, 6 on the left. Do that for 4 sets of 12. And that'll be it for the day. All right, if anybody has any questions, hit me up in the comments. Talk to you soon, guys. See ya.